Welcome to Godly Women Matters. My name is Roslyn Nelson. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your engagement on all of my videos. In my last video, I talked about compatibility in marriage. Are we compatible? And I talked about those things that you should look out for to ensure that you are compatible before you proceed into marriage. Now, in this video, I'll be talking about things to discuss during courtship. In courtship, intended couples get to know each other better and they plan adequately for the kind of marriage they want in future. Courtship is a necessary part for every successful marriage. It is part of the foundation laying period of every marriage, and you know that every home, every house is as strong as the foundation. Some challenges encountered in marriage could have been avoided during courtship if adequate care was taken. Courtship is not just for eating, drinking, taking pictures, asking yourself questions. What did you eat today? What did you put on? Are you okay? This and that. It is beyond that. You should focus on knowing your intended spouse adequately in order to be able to make informed decisions that would enhance your glorious marriage. The quality of your marital relationship depends to a large extent the investment you make during courtship. So you need to ask yourself, where is this ship, courtship? Where is the ship leading you? Just like you won't board any ship that you see at the shore without knowing the destination, or you won't board any ship that is going to a different destination than you intended. The same way, it is important to know where the ship of this courtship is leading you so that you wouldn't arrive in an unplanned destination, and so that you wouldn't embark on a journey into marriage without a destination. Courtship will therefore help you to be able to discover the direction. Anything that is outstanding requires understanding. To have an outstanding marriage, you must understand this process of courtship, understand things that needs to be discussed, and be open to discuss it without holding anything back. Courtship is not also all about prayers. Pray about this, pray about that, pray about... Yes, they are important, but there are things that need to be discussed also. And those things that I'll be talking about are not just questions that you ask, oh, have you eaten today? Yes, no. They are not yes and no questions. There are questions that require discussion. That is why enough period of time should be given to be able to discuss at length. Also, when I talk about discussion, I am talking about two-end discussion, not one person asking the other person questions every now and then. It's two-end. You ask about myself, I ask about yourself. It should be a mutual discussion between both of you. So let me dive into those things that needs to be discussed during courtship. Number one, personal life. Discuss each other's family background. Do you come from a polygamous family? Are your parents divorced? Or is any of your parents dead? Discuss the past life before conversion. What are those things he has done in the past before he gave his life to Christ? Discuss past traumatic experiences like sexual assault, verbal assault, emotional, physical, mental assault, because all of these things have a lot of influence on that individual. Now, what is the conversion experience of your spouse like? What conviction does he have about you being his wife to be or being a husband to be? What are your likes and your dislikes? What are your relationship with friends and families like? Also know the kind of friends that he or she keeps. Discuss previous relationships. Does he have a child outside marriage? As a lady, has she done abortions in the past? What is his view on issues like blood transfusions, using medications, and spiritual exercises like fasting? What is his view on divorce? Okay, when he gets married to you, is he going to give you freedom to work or he wants you to be a full-time housewife? All these are very important questions to ask about his personal life, about himself, about his views. Little things have caused marriage to break right on the night of the wedding. All these issues need to be discussed, no matter how tiny they might look, no matter how insignificant they might look. Number 2 thing to discuss during courtship is your goals and your visions. A life without vision and goal is dead. So both of you should discuss your goals and how to actualize and achieve those goals, both long-term and short-term goals. It will also help you to know what to expect from your husband or your wife and how to support him or her to achieve those goals. It will also help you to be able to see if your goals align with each other. Number 3 thing to be discussed during courtship: responsibilities in the home. This may sound insignificant. You might say, oh, we would find our way around it. But it is important you know what are the man's responsibilities in the home, what are the woman's responsibilities in the home. How do we handle house chores? Is it the type that will say, oh, cooking and raising the children is the wife's responsibility? How will I be in the kitchen? How will I be washing plates? How will I be cooking? How will I be carrying mop and I'll say I'm cleaning the house? I can't do that. Even when you are sick or you are just delivered of a baby and he says, I can't go to the kitchen, you just have to do it. It's a lady's responsibility. It's the woman's responsibility to do that. From his or her responses, you'll be able to make informed decisions. You'll be able to know his stand. You'll be able to know what you are expecting in that marriage. You'll be able to make decisions if you can continue with that marriage or not. Number 4 thing to be discussed. This is very, 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 I hope I can elongate that very, as in it is very important. The issue of money, finance. Please discuss the sources of income for the family. Are we going to have a joint account or a separate account? How are we going to go about paying the bills? How are we going to go about paying the children's school fees when we start having children? What is your view on the issue of tithe and offering? How do we save for future projects? In fact, go to the extent of discussing wills. Who are those that will take over our heritage after we are long gone? Talk about financial commitment to extended families. I can't overemphasize the havoc that this issue of money is causing in homes. Talk about the issue of debt, the amount and the strategies in place to pay back those debts. Going into marriage, you have your plans about your finances. You don't want to go into marriage and you get the shock of your life that your spouse is owing a debt of so amount that he is paying and indirectly affecting the finance of the family that you are just starting. The 5th thing to discuss, and this is also very important, the issue of children. Do we want to have children immediately or want to take time to enjoy ourselves before having children? How many children do we want to have? Is it the type that is bent on having a particular sex of a child, like, oh, even if he has girls, if he did not have a male child, then he has no children? What are your views on child spacing? What are your plans for the future of these children? In case of delay, what would be your reaction to it? Are you open to adoption? And if you're open to adoption, how long would we wait before we consider adoption? Questions. What are your views of the methods of delivery? Vaginal delivery or the cesarean delivery? I have heard of women that have lost their lives on the hospital bed because the husband is not ready to sign consent for blood transfusion. They see it as, this is an abomination. My wife should not give birth by CS. My wife should not receive blood transfusion. And as a result of that, the woman keep pushing and pushing, and the child is not coming forth till she lost her life. Number 16 to be discussed, family and relatives. Family and relatives are essential parts of our lives, and we cannot cut them off because of marriage. Of course not. Yet, we need to know how to balance our obligations and set boundaries on families and friends. How often will they visit? How long will they stay when they visit? And the last thing I will talk about is health issues, conditions that runs in the families like mental conditions. Do hypertension, diabetes run in your family? Do you have it as an individual? Also talk about body defects. You know, as Christians, you can't say, okay, I want to test you. Okay, go and undress. I want to check you out. There are lots of things that people are covering up that you don't see unless you are with them. So if you have any body defects, please open up to the person you want to marry. For example, you have cancer of the breast which is growing rapidly, and they have to do mastectomy for you. That's removal of the breast. Probably they have removed your breast, and because you would package and cover up, nobody knows that you have only one breast, Open up and discuss to avoid shock on the night of the wedding. Discuss all of these things. You have marks on your body. Discuss it. Don't say, oh, what is it about? It is a small thing. What is it about marks? Discuss every minute thing with your intending spouse. And in addition, I would also add, discuss about the issues of sex. Talk about it. The fact that you are contemplating marriage with an individual means that you are sexually attracted to the individual, and it's not something to hide. After marriage, you will do the do. So discuss it and talk about it. What is the individual's view on masturbation? What is his view on pornography? What is his view on sex? Is sex a part of the marriage, or sex should only be done when we want to have children? Though the issue of sex between intending couples should be discussed responsibly to avoid diversion. Also, I will add, discuss your love languages. Discuss your talents, your gifts, your special abilities. It would help you and also help your spouse to be able to support you to be more productive. In conclusion, prayer cannot be overemphasized. The Holy Spirit is the revealer of secrets. It would reveal all truths. This video is just to guide you, but the Holy Spirit is the ultimate guide. Even if everything said here is ticked perfect, marriage still comes with its own challenges. But be rest assured that He who has called you into the institution of marriage is well able to see you through marriage. Are there other things you feel should be discussed? Because definitely I can't exhaust things that needs to be discussed in this video. So are there other things that you think should be discussed? Please drop them in the comment section. Remember to like, remember to share, remember to subscribe, and click on the notification bell to be notified whenever a new video drops. Thank you for watching. Remain godly till we meet in my next video. Bye.